and let's dig into your New England Patriots. I mean, what an insane game. Every single primetime game from Thursday to Friday, Saturday, Sunday. I mean, Monday Night Football, Colts, 49ers, you better step up, man. It better happen today. But the Patriots come back, take down the Baltimore Ravens. They clinch a playoff spot. They are in full control of winning the AFC East if they win next week. Take me through this. Obviously, as a Patriots fan, you were probably on cloud nine last night.
Yeah, it was incredible. And just to touch on what you were talking about, like, yeah, we have been on a crazy run of games between, Thursday Night Football with the Seahawks and the Rams and Bama. And honestly, even it wasn't a high scoring game, but Texas A&M and Miami. And then you had some basketball games in there. Like this whole, the last 4 days or so of sports has been on a generational run. And not the Seahawks, the Patriots did deliver against the Ravens, down 10 late in this game. I'll say really quick, like for this personally, I did not ever feel that scared. Like they were down 10 and I didn't really sweat. Like I obviously knew, but there was I want to say over 11 minutes left in the game. Like there was still very much time for 2 possessions. I wasn't going to freak out too early. 28-24 final, and Drake Maye gets his first 300-yard passing game of the season. There's a lot to be excited about if you're a New England fan. I believe this was the biggest fourth quarter comeback since the Super Bowl win over the Falcons. This is obviously the first time in the playoffs since 2021. Like this, it feels like a new era. It feels like Mike Vrabel's got something cooking here. Drake Maye might not be Tom Brady yet. Okay, that's fine. He's got a little, give him a little bit of wiggle room here. This is not year 20, but he still looks very, very good for his amount of time he's been in the NFL. Now, this Baltimore team, we will get to that, okay? I have some points I want to make on the Baltimore side, but New England found a way to win this game, and I think all Patriots fans should be elated with this.
Yeah, you're talking about obviously how it's not year 20 for Drake Maye. Well, he's competing against somebody that's year 18, and that's Matt Stafford. For the entire weekend heading into last night's game, I thought Matt Stafford completely just solidified the fact that he was the MVP. After the game, even the loss against the Seahawks, I'm like, yeah, he's going to be MVP. But then enters Drake Maye, and you put out a tweet last night, and I thought you hit it perfectly. You said, I thought Matthew Stafford for sure wrapped up the MVP combo this week. But what Drake Maye did in the fourth quarter tonight has me thinking it might not be a complete runaway. I mean, Drake Maye last night, 31 for 44, 380, 2 touchdowns and a pick. He did that with Stephon Diggs, sneaking out of the concussion room, finding himself with 9 receptions for 138. There was a really good game from Drake Maye. He put himself right back in consideration for MVP. Do you think he legit has a chance to run with Stafford and get this one and find himself as an MVP candidate and the MVP this season? Like, do you think that's possible?
I do. And I think it's because this game came at this time. Like if he would have had this game next week, I don't know that it would have been enough, just like the way the human brains work. And I don't know if he hadn't won this game, even though he would have thrown for, let's say 310 yards, cracks that 300 mark. Like it wasn't a 450-yard, 3 touchdown, no pick day, even though Matt Stafford lost. It was just a significantly better stat day. Matt Stafford was slinging the ball. Like he is balling out. I'm not taking anything away from Matthew Stafford, but Drake Maye in this one felt like it was like just a super cool, calm, collected. The 380 was a byproduct. The Patriots just found a way to win this game, and Drake Maye ended up coming back from down 10 in the fourth, did what he had to do, protected the ball, 380 yards. Like it really felt like he was in control. And he was the MVP of this game. Obviously, running backs played a big role in this one as well. 79 yards on the ground came at some very important times. But I think more than anything, more than the stats, it was the timing of this game. And obviously the result helps too. But I don't think Matt Stafford got up to a point as far as like on a scale, right? Matt Stafford didn't jump to a point where Drake can't keep up. I think he's right there with him. And it's going to matter the rest of the season how things play out.
New England has Miami and the Jets still left on their schedule. They have a really good chance of finishing 14-3. They have a really good chance of potentially being the number 1 seed in the AFC playoffs if everything works out their way. Obviously, Denver losing to Jacksonville helps that process. We'll see how it all shakes out when it's all said and done. On the flip side, with Baltimore, Lamar Jackson got hurt. He left this game with a back injury, only had 101 yards. Derrick Henry had 128 yards rushing, and then he was not in on the final drive. When they asked John Harbaugh, he kind of just said, was kind of dumbfounded. He's like, yeah, we rotate between him and Keaton Mitchell. Like, what a terrible thing to say if you're the head coach and your season is on the line. And the only thing you can say is, yeah, well, with our best player, especially with our other best player out with an injury, we just rotate him with another running back. Keaton Mitchell had 9 carries for 13 yards, meaning he averaged just over 1 yard per carry last night. Derrick Henry had 18 carries for 128 yards, 2 touchdowns. When he touched the football, he basically scored. I mean, every time. His last time he touched the football, he had his second touchdown, and then he just wasn't in that game. That was a completely irresponsible move by Harbaugh, not making sure Derrick Henry is in for the final drive. Would you agree?
That's the point I wanted to bring up. The Lamar situation, like nobody ever wishes for injuries, but sometimes they happen. And so, I will at least take a look at that and say, like, yeah, that's not necessarily fair. Like the Patriots got a little bit of a break there with no Lamar. But at least that was like uncontrollable. And you said the last drive, Derrick Henry wasn't in either of the last 2 drives. Now, the last drive being only 2 plays, a quick fumble. Maybe he would have gotten put in earlier, but it felt to me genuinely once the Patriots were in this game, once they were back in this one 21-24, and there was a real, like with the amount of clock left, I believe there was, that's the time of possession. I have no idea how much was left on the clock, but once they were in the game, it was possible for them to win. Baltimore was like, all right, mail it in. We're done. We're not going to compete because it was so. If Derrick Henry's not in, what are you doing? Like Tyler Huntley's great. Is he going to send them to the playoffs? Like, is he going to drive them down an 89-yard, 2-minute drill drive to win this game? Maybe, but I wasn't super confident, and I was much more trusting of Derrick Henry, and he was just standing over there on the sideline, him and Lamar hanging out. I'm not going to say that they threw away the rest of their season, but that was a weird decision to me.
If Baltimore misses the playoffs, I'm just going to say one thing. The Michigan job's open. That's what I'm going to say. That's how I'm going to leave that one there. Yeah. Harbaugh did good at Michigan a few years ago.
Yeah.
I think there is a chance that if Baltimore misses the playoffs, although that Harbaugh just got an extension, there's been talks about internal issues between Lamar Jackson and Harbaugh in the past and other things happening. We've heard these rumblings happening in the past. And obviously, who knows if Lamar Jackson is still the future for Baltimore because of the fact that he can't stay healthy anymore. And you kind of saw this coming from a mile away, right? Because he's a dual threat quarterback, uses his legs. We don't value the running back position because of that, right?
Mm-hmm.
He's not 25 anymore, and he's not acting like he's not 25. That's an issue. So when you look at the Ravens, obviously they don't control their destiny anymore. The Steelers won in their game against the Lions on Sunday. Now the Ravens have to win out. They have to hope that the Steelers get one loss. They do play each other to end the season. I don't feel good about the Baltimore's chances because they have a tough schedule the rest of the route. I think the Steelers are going to wind up winning the AFC North. Mike Tomlin finding a way to do it again. Insane stuff. But we're going to see the Baltimore Ravens out of the playoffs. We're not going to have Patrick Mahomes. We're not going to have Joe Burrow. We're not going to have Lamar Jackson. This is truly a new-looking AFC playoffs with the exception of Josh Allen. But, yeah, with the exception, that's it.
Yeah, and I think the biggest thing with, like, the Chiefs and the Ravens and the Bengals too is, like, I don't think this is some one-off weird year. Like, the future doesn't look that bright for a lot of those teams. Like, we talked a little bit about the Chiefs. Like, what are they doing? Where's Travis Kelce at? I mean, Andy Reid's getting older. What is the rate? The bigger question with the Ravens is just what are you doing? Like, I don't know what they're actually trying to accomplish. It feels like I've actually been uncertain on what they've been trying to do for a while. But, moving forward, that's not a super clean picture either. So it feels like it could be a time of new beginnings in the AFC. And we've got some other AFC teams we'll probably get to today, namely the Broncos and the Jags. Could it be Broncos, Jags, Patriots that are kind of controlling the AFC for the next few years? Actually, yeah, I think it could.